Hey, I wanted to come and tell you guys what it's like to work with a rental property coach or me because they're not all the same and I do more than the other people do. So I just wanted to tell you what it's like. Stay to the end. There is a nice little opportunity for us to speak directly for free if you'd like. But after the video, because I want to explain everything, and then if you have follow up questions, I'll show you how you can do that. And we can speak one on one. So when I did this, I worked directly one on one. What we do is a first phone call just to find out exactly where you're at. Are you stuck? Have you purchased something and need to fix it up? Have you never purchased anything? Do you have any money? Are you in a specific circumstances? So first we talk about two main things. What and how much money do you have? Some of you have $10,000, $15,000 saved up, so you can start and you're ready to go. Some of you guys have a job, some of you guys have W-2s, and some of you guys are out of a foreclosure or bankruptcy, but you have cash, right? And some of you guys have came with me with like credit card debt. Not the preferred way of doing it. I prefer using those only for the renovation, but some of you guys have done it, and so that's fine. And some of you guys have HELOCs. So we try to find out what your financial situation is and see what we can do. The easiest path is to get a mortgage. So we will always try to get a mortgage for you guys and to see that route. So we check to see just cursory, like what's your credit, your W-2 situation. But for some of the people I work with, we have to either go the business loan route through an LLC they've established, or we might have to go cash or hard money. I don't like the hard money lender, but some people are in a position where they can do it and alleviate the risk, and we go over those risks at that time. So once we find out financially how we can make this happen or set up a plan for you to come back in 2 months, 3 months, or 6 months, then we get started. Once we hit that, and I then ask you about, what your location is and where you live. For some people, you can travel or drive to a great market. For other people, you will have to fly. It is not a big deal. And what I do at that time is show you the system and that we've set up to do this and how you can make it really smooth, and what that process is. Once we go through that and you get the system, and once you see the system and you're like, okay, I'm ready, then we go forward with looking and identifying what's the right market for you. So once you get past the hurdle of traveling, it's not a big deal. That is the biggest hurdle, but you have to do it right with discernment, and have systems in place that catch you so you don't have to do everything, but you still get everything done to your highest standards, which we all get done, and promptly and on time. And because we've been so strict with coming up with systems for long distance travel, what we find out is that these same systems work if you're doing it locally for not getting scammed by contractors. So my clients do not get, they don't get over, they don't pay for more than they need to, they don't have contractors not delivering on their products, because we were so extra aggressive on this long distance system, setting it up and how we structure everything and how we work with people. We apply the same things to anyone, and we just do not have contractor issues. We don't, because of how we go through that process. So once you get that down, we start looking for different markets. Now, I work with people in, let me tell you the most recent states over the last year: California, Texas, New York City, Washington, D.C., New Jersey. Where else do we work with people? I said Pennsylvania. So we work with people all over the country to get properties. And so depending on what part of the country and your budget, we will look for different places. Some of you guys have like 10K saved, so we have to maybe you have to go a little further to find the market where you can get something that doesn't need a ton of money invested in it for you to get the property at that price range. And we look under 50K. My clients are buying 25 to 50K properties to this day. Yes, they exist. No, you probably don't know how to find them. And that's why I don't go on my public platforms and tell everybody publicly what markets my clients are investing in. If you get my services, I definitely tell you, and that leaves more room for my clients. And I have a repertoire of markets that no one knows about or is talking about. You can try, but you can try all you want, but a lot of people haven't. They can't find anything until they work with me, because it's not the ones everyone's talking about. You don't want those. They're too saturated. So yeah, once we start looking for which market works for you, right? And if you have, I work with people who have $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, $40,000. We look at different markets. You have a little bit more flexibility. You can go to a 60K property or duplex or multifamily, whereas the other person has to stay strict to 40,000. If you can go up a little higher in price, you have more markets that are open to you. And so it's very individualized. And so what I do is show you how to individualize it for yourself to find your best market. Once we get that, we start looking at houses together. I just do analysis with you so you learn how to go over and look at these properties and what data we can find from the best online sources that gives us for a rental property, not fix and flip, because that's different information you need to gather, not tax liens. It is straight rental properties. We have to get different information, and there's publicly available information. You just have to go to the right spot. So we go through that analysis, and I literally look at the properties with you, all the properties, until we get a good list of 5, 6, 7 properties, and you can travel to go see them. And then you're either driving like some of my clients, or you're flying, but you're going to go see this list of properties that we looked at and see them in person. When you're there, you've already set up working with property managers. We've already talked about how to vet them, how to vet real estate agents, how to talk to your real estate agents, because it's not really in their incentive to get these low priced homes. You got to talk to them a certain way. You got to bribe them a little bit with free lunch. But there's different things you have to do in this price range that put you in a position of power and not asking or begging for their help. You have them wanting to work with you even in this lower price range, and you're in a position of authority versus having to chase after people. So that is what we do, and you go out there and you look at houses, and what happens pretty much most of the time, you come back and you submit a bid on one of these properties, or maybe a second trip. I've had some people go to one market, they didn't like what they were seeing, they went to a second market and submitted a bid, right? So that's the process, and we go through everything together. And I do this either with my one-on-one or my group coaching. I will say people do like my group coaching program because they get to learn from other people. It's the only place you're going to be where you're going to be on the phone and you're going to hear people from California looking at this market, Texas looking at this market, Florida looking at this market, Georgia looking at this market. And it's the only place you are going to learn about the nuances and ins and outs from all these people over 10 weeks, which is a very long time. Trust me, it's more than enough time. So that is sort of what the process is with me. I go over everything with you because my goal is at the end of the day for you to be empowered, and my people go on to train other people. So that is the reality of it. And yeah, so that is what we do. That's what it's like working with me. That's how hands-on and individualized it would be. So that's why I generally offer strategy sessions that you pay for, just because in that you come up with a custom plan just in the initial conversation, and we chat and vet all these sources, and I start giving you a list of ideas of what might work. But then with the implementation is when we work together, and me going over this with you so you can learn along the way. My people generally go on to help other people, and I'm really proud about that because I'm just one person. But if my people can go and help their family, their friends, get their friends involved, we are truly making a difference in this movement. So that is what it's like. So generally I do custom strategy sessions, but I'm offering a little offer for anyone who stayed. I just explained what the process was. I just explained how it works and how we can get you from where you are to a cash flowing rental property that's under $50,000. Really easy, really smooth, very smooth process. So I would like to offer anyone, if you'd like to have like a coaching hot seat, it's a financial freedom hot seat session. It's a financial freedom hot seat session where you can ask me any question you want for a 20-minute call. And if you do that, I offer you can do that for free. So I am only offering it for those who see this video and respond and take advantage of it. I don't know how long this will be available, but for those who would like it, here you go. So I'd love to talk to you one-on-one directly. We can see exactly where you are, and we can start to individualize this for you, especially if you've been stuck or been thinking about it for years. Like, let's just get it done. This is definitely the time for financial freedom. This is time for you to own your money sources. It's time for you to control if you have money coming into your house. It's time for no government or no business to tell you what you can or can't do, or else you'll get fired. And I don't know what else to do to stress it to you. This is the time. These houses still exist. They're still available. They're still easy to get if you know what you're doing, which we do in my program, right? And I would love to work with you guys on it. So if you want, go ahead and sign up for the hot seat session, the Financial Freedom Hot Seat, and you can ask me any questions you want. I wanted to first go over what the process was so you can see exactly, oh my gosh, that's what I need help on. That's what I need help on. So you know exactly where you might be missing information or missing the ball in some places that has stopped you or been an obstacle for you actually getting the financial freedom you deserve. Wealth is for everyone. So I hope to hear from you guys. Click on the link below. I'd love to hear you. It takes you straight to the calendar. So let's talk. Let's get to know each other. I welcome you guys in with open arms. And, you know, I just want to see you get the cash flow and financial freedom you need to be completely free and off the system. And it does start one rental property at a time. Thank you so much and goodbye.